I got some news last night surfing the internet, and I saw that the Missouri Senate and the Missouri General Assembly is considering a bill that I thought was just fantastic. You're not going to believe it. And the more you read the bill, it does five things. And the more you read about each of the five things, the more it blows your socks off. It's amazing to me also to know the fact that 3/4 of the states' general assemblies of the United States are considering bills that will protect, in some way, shape, or fashion, the use of gold and silver as either legal currency or other different protections. There is a movement happening, and you have to understand and pay attention to where the smart money is moving. So real quickly, what does this bill do? It's Senate Bill 100. Senate Bill 100 of the Missouri Senate does five things. I have them written down here so I don't mistake anything. Number one, it requires the state treasury to keep an amount of gold and silver on hand greater to or equal to 1% of all state funds. Okay, that doesn't sound like a lot, but they're doing something. Understand that they're doing something that even our own country does not do. They're basically backing up the state GDP with physical metals. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. They're going to require by law that 1%, at least 1%. You can't go less than 1%. You can go more. It says greater to or equal to 1% of all state funds will be held in gold and silver. You'll have that 1% on hand. Number two, it prevents any capital gains tax from being collected by anyone selling gold and silver. Now, that's state capital gains. That's not federal. But still, that is a protection that they're putting into the bill. And like I said, as you read down this list, it gets better and better. So it's going to prevent any capital gains tax from being collected statewide, state capital gains from being collected from anyone selling gold and silver. Number three, it declares that gold and silver shall be accepted as legal tender at their spot price plus market premium. Now that is a game changer, and it interacts with number four. Before we get to number four, let's just analyze this for a second. Legal tender at their spot price plus market premium. Now the spot price of a silver ounce right now is around $21. Okay, $21 gets you supposedly a spot price one silver eagle. But try buying a silver eagle, a 2023 silver eagle, at like APMEX or SD Bullion. You're going to pay around $33, not including tax and shipping. So the premium is like $12. So the spot price is $21, but the premium included, everything included with the spot price, is $33 and change. Spot price plus market premium. It declares it to be legal tender. Now, number four, like I said, it gets better. Number four of this bill, it prohibits public entities from requiring payments in the form of any digital currency and CBDC, a central bank digital currency. Guys, we all know a central bank digital currency is coming. We know it. They've talked about it. It's going to happen. We don't know when they're going to roll it out. Some countries are already rolling it out. I think that there's going to be, Russia has already said that they're going to start their CBDC in April, and it probably will be gold backed or commodities backed. So other countries are doing it. We are going to do it. There will be a federal CBDC. But see, this bill prevents, in the state of Missouri, any public entity from requiring CBDC payment. You have to be able to accept legal tender of gold and silver at spot price plus market premium. So what does that mean? That means you go into Walmart and you buy $200 worth of groceries. Okay? And CBDCs are the law of the land now. Walmart in the state of Missouri cannot force you to pay in CBDCs. They have to be able to accept legal tender of gold and silver at spot price plus market premium. So that means the federal government, as they've been doing for years at the COMEX, the Commodities Exchange, and the LBMA, from market forcing the spot price down, because it doesn't matter if they manipulate the spot price down, because if the premium is higher, they have to accept it at the spot price plus premium. Does that make sense? That is huge. That is absolutely huge. That is a shift, a major shift in economic policy that Missouri is doing. Other states have other things going on right now when it comes to gold and silver in their state assemblies. They have different bills. But Missouri just upped the bar. Missouri just said, hold my beer, watch this. That is huge. And it's going to send a message to other states who are considering things like this to also include things like that. Now, the fifth thing that this bill does, and it was a late amendment, but supposedly it's in there, as I heard of yesterday, prohibits confiscation of gold and silver by the federal government. Now, everyone always talks about confiscation, and this is something we need to talk about here for a second. Back in the 1930s, the government enacted confiscation. Since then, there have been different laws and different things and requirements that would basically make it really hard these days for the federal government to enact confiscation. But they did it before, and so people always are worried that they might do it again. It's possible, doubtful because of all the rules and regulations surrounding this. But keep in mind, people always forget that confiscation that took place back in the 1930s, it didn't require you to turn over all your gold. It only required to turn over gold bullion. You could still keep numismatics. You could still keep antique coins. You could still keep gold jewelry. The only thing you had to turn over was bullion, and you could still keep 5 ounces of bullion if you had it. You're allowed to maintain 5 ounces of bullion. So you didn't have to turn it over. People don't understand that. Also, keep in mind, I'm a little distracted here because there's a guy who just pulled his truck in front of my car here. I don't know. I'm in town right now. Anyway, so keep in mind that a lot of people didn't comply with the confiscation back in the 1930s anyway. All of a sudden, there was magically all these boating accidents, supposedly. And this was back in the 1930s, and people didn't comply. A bad law is just that, a bad law. And a lot of people, if there's a confiscation again, they will not comply. So understand that. Again, this bill that I'm reading, I made notes of it this morning. It's going to prevent federal government confiscation in the state of Missouri. It's going to be against state law for them to do that. Other states will take notice of this. And this is why I promote Genesis Gold Group so hard. Because you have to understand, where is the smart money moving right now? Where is the smart money going? Central banks around the world, not the Western central banks, because we're a bunch of idiots, but most of the central banks around the rest of the world, where 80% of the world lives, are stacking gold and silver in their central banks like you have never seen before. Over the last year, it has been reported these people are importing and refusing to export gold and silver so that they can boost their stockpiles. Now we have states, there's 3/4 of the United States and their general assemblies, including Missouri now also, who are making sure that they have gold and silver on hand in their treasuries. Pay attention. Pay attention to where the smart money's going. You are your own central bank. And I tell people, the physical. You must have the physical. And if you have a 401k or an IRA that you can't touch, they say, oh, sorry, you can't take that out. Even with penalties, you can't take it out. Might as well put it in something that's physical, because that's where the smart money's going right now. And have it vaulted and audited by third party. That's why I push Genesis Gold Group so hard. This is about safeguarding your financial wealth. This is where the smart money's going right now. The US dollar is in decline. The BRICS nations are coming out with their own backed currency. It's going to be commodity backed, and that means gold and silver. Because really the only commodity you can really back something like that with is going to be physical metals. At least the majority of it. That's where the world's going. And I'm telling people, even if people are like, I can't afford this stuff. Guys, you can go out and buy a roll of silver dimes. You can go out and buy maybe a few ounces of silver a month. That is real money. Always has been, always will be real money. Has 5,000 years of history, goes back all the way to Genesis in the Bible. That is real money. Things come and go. Things fail and they have new things. But gold and silver has always been money. And if you have any interest in safeguarding your wealth, you'll do something like that similar. Anyway, this is amazing to me. I saw this and I was like, good grief. This is a major game changer. A major game changer. I could not believe that Missouri is doing it. And here's the deal. Other states will pay attention and they will do the same thing. They will see what Missouri is doing and they'll do it too. All right, guys. Hey, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. I mean, is this something... Listen, what you need to be doing right now, if you live in the state of Missouri, you need to contact your state reps and your state senator. Send them an email, make a phone call to their offices and say, hey, you need to support Senate Bill 100. If you don't live in Missouri, you need to send them a link to Senate Bill 100. You can easily find it on Google. Just type in Senate Bill 100 gold silver and it'll come up, and send your state rep and your state senator a link to that bill and tell them, hey, we want something to be done similar. This country is in deep economic doo-doo, and it's going to mathematically collapse. You cannot pay this debt back. The Congress won't stop spending money, and the Fed won't stop printing it. We are in dire straits right now. But the way you protect yourself is with things like this. And other people recognize that, thankfully, and they're doing it outside of the realm of the federal government because they're a bunch of morons. They have no idea what's about to happen. And they don't care. They're probably trying to do it on purpose anyway. But if you live in Missouri, tell your state rep and your senator to back the bill. If you don't live in Missouri, send them, your state rep and your state senator, a copy of the bill and say, we want something similar. That's how change gets made. All right, guys, I'm in town. I got to get a couple things today, and I'm heading right back to the homestead because I'm going to be doing some salami, hopefully later today. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and I will see you next time on American Homestead. Bye.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Kane, and I am a big fan of American Homestead, as are you, or you wouldn't be seeing this right now. I'm in my backyard, my homestead, where I grow lots of fruit and vegetables. Look, both Zach and I are big fans of history, and we are watching the economic situation in our country just like you are. We absolutely love this country, and it's very difficult for us to watch it struggle financially. Now, did you know that the Constitution of the United States, in Article 1, Section 10, only allows for legal currency to be minted in gold and silver? I bet you didn't. I wasn't aware. But our founders, in their wisdom, they understood that this was the true way to build a solid financial foundation for this new nation. And they were right. They were dead right. These principles rocketed the industry and the economy that made the United States the powerhouse that we now enjoy. However, today, the US dollar, it's not backed up by anything of real value. And here we are. Now, our friends at Genesis Gold Group are helping people stuck in 401ks, IRAs, and anyone else who's watching their hard-earned wealth teeter on the edge of oblivion by moving their money out of risky paper-denominated assets and into physical precious metals like gold and silver. You can touch it. I'm doing it myself. So is my sister. Call Genesis Gold Group today and let them help you develop a plan to safeguard your assets. It's simple. You can call the number on the screen or visit them at genesisgoldgroup.com. And I will see you next time on the homestead with my dogs and all the fruit that I grow. Look at all this good stuff. You know, we got nectarines. More dogs coming down. If you get cut, we got some aloe vera for you. What I do need, though, is chickens. I need chickens because eggs are about the same price as gold right now. Anyway, see you on the homestead.